The story unfolding at Fairmont Crest is defined not by open declarations, but by territory, resistance, and the quiet violence of emotional possession. Leslie has never been a woman who shares what she believes is hers. On the surface, she appears to be enjoying a fresh connection with Detective Marcel Malone, a relationship that offers stability, attention, and the illusion of forward motion. Yet beneath that carefully maintained calm, nothing has truly shifted. Leslie's deepest attachment has never loosened its grip. Her fixation on Dr. Ted Richardson unreturned, unresolved, and deeply internalized remains intact. Nicole's withdrawal from Ted's orbit has only sharpened Leslie's sense of entitlement. With the competition seemingly gone, Leslie no longer feels compelled to restrain herself. In her mind, the path is finally clear, and she has no intention of allowing anyone else to step into a space she believes she has patiently preserved. That belief is challenged head-on when Leslie confronts Shanice. The timing is no accident. Ted and Shanice are no longer confined to subtle glances or harmless flirtation in hospital corridors. Their relationship has moved into public view, culminating in a polished, unmistakable appearance together at the country club, an event that reads less like a casual outing and more like a deliberate confirmation. For Leslie, this is not simply an escalation. It is a provocation. Quiet interest might have been tolerable. A visible, socially sanctioned pairing is not. To Leslie, the country club date signals an attempted transfer of territory, and she responds accordingly, determined to reassert what she considers her claim. Shanice, however, does not retreat. Unlike past rivals, she does not dissolve under Leslie's intensity or defer to her history with Ted. Instead, she resists, openly and firmly, forcing a confrontation that simmers with unresolved tension. The exchange is charged not only by Ted's presence between them, but by what each woman stands to lose. Leslie is caught between the safety of her new relationship with Marcel and the obsessive pull of a bond she has never been able to relinquish. To pursue Ted fully may require sacrificing the stability she currently holds, yet to step back would mean surrendering something she has long defined as hers. Shanice, on the other hand, must confront her own motivations, whether her feelings for Ted are rooted in genuine affection or fueled by a need to assert her place within Fairmont Crest's social hierarchy becomes increasingly difficult to separate. Ted himself remains uncomfortably silent, raising the unspoken possibility that his involvement with Shanice functions less as commitment and more as emotional insulation, a shield against Leslie and the wounds of the past he has never fully addressed. The intensity of the standoff raises a dangerous question, whether the conflict will remain verbal, or whether the pressure of possession and pride will push it beyond restraint. While personal battles over love and control unfold, another form of misunderstanding threatens to fracture long-standing bonds within the Articulates. Tracy's recent attempt to comfort Anita has left damage rather than relief. Approaching Anita with what she believed to be firm compassion, Tracy misjudged the moment entirely. Her words, though intended as encouragement, carried an edge of authority and expectation that Anita neither needed nor wanted. Faced with illness, Anita is not seeking discipline or correction. She's seeking understanding. Tracy's failure lies not in her concern, but in her inability to listen, and in saying something that struck at the fragile intersection of pride, vulnerability, and autonomy that Anita is struggling to protect. In the aftermath of that misstep, support comes from an unexpected but sincere source. Another articulate someone who shares Anita's living space steps forward with quiet consistency other than instruction. Sharon, whose relationship with Anita began unevenly, proves herself to be a true ally. She offers presence rather than solutions, allowing Anita to lean on her without judgment. Sharon's involvement deepens when she takes it upon herself to help Vernon prepare a holiday surprise, patiently teaching him to sing as that he can bring joy to his wife during a moment defined by uncertainty. The gesture is intimate, hopeful, and layered with meaning, Whether Sharon's dedication is purely an act of friendship or partially driven by a desire to atone for unresolved guilt connected to Vernon remains unclear, but its impact on Anita is undeniable. In contrast, Tracy is left to confront the consequences of her failure, forced to reckon with how easily good intentions can wound when pride eclipses empathy. Beyond the personal sphere, professional ambition propels Jacob into dangerous territory. At the Department of Motor Vehicles, his investigative skill earns him a significant breakthrough. Jacob uncovers intelligence pointing not to conventional criminal enterprises, but to a sophisticated plasma trafficking operation and industry operating in the shadows with immense financial stakes. The scale and structure of the organization suggest discipline, reach, and calculated brutality. Recognizing the importance of the discovery, Elon authorizes Jacob to go undercover, marking a pivotal moment in his career and signaling a level of trust rarely granted so early. Malone remains skeptical, unconvinced that the sheriff's son can navigate the moral and physical risks of infiltration without compromise. Jacob, however, is unwavering. His resolve reflects not recklessness, but a deeply rooted determination to prove himself on his own merits, regardless of lineage or expectation. As he steps into the role, the line between duty and danger begins to blur, carrying implications that extend far beyond professional advancement. Meanwhile, quiet negotiations unfold elsewhere, shaping power dynamics that may soon erupt. Bill makes a calculated move to secure Tomas's silence, a decision that suggests Tomas possesses knowledge capable of destabilizing Bill's personal and professional life. The implication is clear. Tomas is aware that Bill and Donnie are bound together in ways that defy separation. In exchange for discretion, Bill appears willing to offer tangible rewards, possibly including a partnership position within his company. The arrangement raises doubts about Tomas's true intentions. Whether his agreement stems from genuine compliance or from a longer-term strategy to extract further advantage remains uncertain. That uncertainty deepens as Donnie and Pamela turn their attention toward Isaiah. Their interest appears professional, centered on the possibility of launching a modeling venture. Isaiah, currently employed at Banneker alongside Eva, presents himself as focused and deliberate, someone unwilling to compromise his goals without clear purpose. Still, the financial and career incentives of part-time modeling introduce temptation. Donnie and Pamela's ability to persuade him will depend on whether they can align opportunity with his sense of control and ambition. Threaded through all of this is the unresolved emotional triangle involving Donnie, Bill, and Tomas. If Tomas is choosing silence, it may not be solely for money. Lingering feelings for Donnie complicate every decision, raising the possibility that his cooperation is less transactional than it appears. If Donnie becomes aware of Bill's private arrangement with Tomas, the consequences could be explosive, forcing her to confront not only Bill's secrecy, but her own unresolved ties to a man who may be positioning himself closer under the guise of compliance. At Fairmont Crest, nothing exists in isolation. Power, affection, loyalty, and ambition intersect constantly, transforming personal choices into strategic acts. Every silence carries intent, every alliance hides an alternative motive, and as each character tightens their grip, what they believe they deserve, the cost of possession grows heavier, threatening to turn emotional conflicts into irreversible consequences.